Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing today? This morning, God bless you if you're watching this video. And God bless you in everything that you do. Welcome to More Life Inc. Studio. You see, here at More Life Inc. Studio, I believe that God is King and that God is a blessing to you and to everybody in the world. Simply because He wants to develop a relationship with us. And because God wants to develop a relationship with us, He created us in such a way where we are able to obtain a free will from God. You see, the permission that God has given us is due to our responsibility and our understanding. And so I encourage people to take God seriously. I encourage people not to focus on the things that they do, but to focus on God and make everything that they do about God. You see, God is many, but yet He is one. The reason why is because His ability is so magnified that He is able to project within one. Think of it like this as an example. You have one cylinder, and the cylinder is one, but yet when the sun reflects on the cylinder, it projects many colors. And these colors all have different meanings and different understanding. That is just an example of the power of God, that He is able to do all and He's able to solve all. And so I just want to thank God this morning for everybody who listens to this video. I just want to thank God for all the things that He has done in my life, of course, what He has done for my nation. Because without God's existence in our nation, in our lives, we would never exist. And so I encourage people and I urge people to focus on God, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. You see, my message is in 2023, this year, as it is going, there's going to be a lot of strange things that will take place. Things that will quickly come and take place that people will never ever imagine. However, this is still God's plans. For you see, God, you don't really know who God is. You know of Him and you understand little by little based on the relationship He has allowed you to get with Him. Knowing that if He chooses to speak to you, He will choose in many formats, in signs, right? He will speak to you through, voice. If your mind is clear enough, He'll speak through you in dreams, in many ways, because He knows how to communicate with you, simply because He created you. And people blame so many things on God and say, well, why would God allow these things to take place? God is not fair. He's not just. He is. Simply because all these things that are happening is due to the sins of the earth. Sins cannot go away. It has to take its course of order simply because, you see, it's a sin that grows, and it grows every single time there is fuel to the fire. So every single time it people sin and they get forgiveness for it, goes into a cup. And so this cup grows as time goes because sin happens on a daily basis. And so it is up to you as a person to say, well, I know that I cannot stop entirely sinning because it is in my nature to do so. However, you can learn from it and start, right, steering away from certain things, right? So become a master over your what mistakes so that you can prevent others from going into that same mistake. Sometimes people, right, make their entire life about, deep sins. Now, some people might say all sins are the same. However, it's how you sin, meaning the reasons behind what you are doing. Because some people make mistakes, which they cannot help because you're not perfect. But if you know what you are doing and you continuously do it, then it will affect you differently than if you didn't know and you did it, right? Because if you did not know what you are doing and in fact you made that mistake, then you are not at fault. Jesus already said that you are not at fault because you do not know what you are doing. That is what he said on the cross. He said, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. See what I mean? So if they do not know, then they are truly forgiven. But if you do know what you are doing and you continue to do it, now you actually know, right? You have understanding on the consequences of the mistakes that you are doing. But you choose to ignore that and say, I do not respect the consequences. And so I will do what I want to do and ask for forgiveness later. Then you are saying that you have a systematic way to what? Defeat God's law. That cannot be a possibility. So I thank you for listening to this morning devotion message. I tell you, read the Bible, read words of encouragement, strengthen yourself, not just in prayer, by thinking of God. You see, if God says, think of me, focus on me, and all will follow, then what are you doing? You must do it. However way you do it, it will help you grow as an individual. It will help your nation, ride in the what? In the positive way. Trust me, if you look at your nation and see what is taking place, then God will understand those who pray and how powerful their prayers are. Because guess what? Your prayers shape your society. And if you pray for your society, you pray for others that they may see the light. Remember, everybody will have the opportunity to what? Get to know God. If you pray for all these things and you continuously do it, there will be great changes in your nation. There will be exemptions that will take place for your nation. If there was disasters that would take place, it will be no more. But if you do not and you ignore and you continue doing your fleshly activities, now I want people to understand you need to do things to survive. However, you need to put God first. It is important because you cannot wait until you're old and gray. I'm not saying when you're old and gray is when you should. You should always, especially when you're young, when you have more energy, more time. But you see, nowadays, who knows who has time and who doesn't? Hmm? Who knows if you're going to be here tomorrow or you're not? Only God knows that, right? So utilize the time that you have, because to me, everybody has the same time. Every single person has the same time. It's up to God to say it's your time or it's not your time. It's because if it's not your time, the assignment is not complete yet. Your destiny is not complete. Jesus' time, destiny was completed when he finished. It is finished on the cross. So that was his time. But your time is due to your completion of the mission that God has given you, your destiny. Once you have completed that, then that is it. John the Baptist said it. Once he baptized Jesus Christ, he said, when his followers came to him and said, Jesus and his disciples are baptizing now. And he said, it is my time. I have done what I have done. Right? Now I must what? Decrease while he increase. Because he knows that his job is finished. So he has to decrease while the Messiah increases. So just make sure you complete your destiny, because that's your ultimate job as a human being. You can't avoid it, right? So once you have completed your destiny, know that, therefore, you can decrease. But if you haven't, keep increasing. God bless you. Have a great day. Like, comment, and share this video. And stay motivated, guys. Bye now.